Did you know that there's a place on Earth where a national park literally floats? National park literally floats? Or that there's a cricket ground so high up, it's practically in the clouds? No, I'm not pitching a fantasy movie. I'm talking about my incredible homeland, India. What a concept! Most people think of India and picture the Taj Mahal, spicy food, Bollywood dance numbers. And yeah, we got all that. It's a vibe. But that's like saying the only thing on Netflix is the login screen. There is so much more. Today, we're going on a journey beyond the guidebooks, past the postcards, deep into the heart of a country, layered with secrets, mysteries, mind-blowing facts that even some Indians don't know about. I've dug up some absolute gems for you. Stories hidden in our mountains, floating on our lakes, forged in ancient iron. We're about to peel back the curtain on a side of India. That will have you saying, "Wait, for real?" more times than you can count. Okay, let's start with something that runs in the blood of every Indian. Cricket. We play it in the streets, in the parks, on the beaches. But where do you think the highest cricket ground in the entire world is located? Lord's in London? Melbourne Cricket Ground? Nope, not even close. It's right here in India, nestled in the Himalayan town of Chail, Himachal Pradesh, at a staggering 2,444 meters above sea level. This isn't just a cricket pitch. It's a cricket pitch with a penthouse view of the planet. Can you even imagine hitting a six and watching the ball sail off into the clouds? That's next level, man. This ground was built back in 1893 by the Maharaja of Patiala, Bhupinder Singh, who was a total cricket fanatic. After being banned from the British-controlled grounds in Shimla, he was like, "Fine, I'll build my own cricket ground, with stunning mountain views." And he did. Surrounded by towering deodar and pine forests, playing here is less of a sport and more of a spiritual experience. The air is thin, the scenery is breathtaking, and the history is just so rich. So, if you're ever planning a trip to the Indian Himalayas, put Chail on your list. You might not get to play a full match. It's now part of a military school. But you can visit and just soak in the atmosphere. Imagine standing there, breathing in that crisp mountain air, and picturing a century of cricket history playing out before your eyes. It's a pilgrimage spot for any true cricket lover. Alright, so, I just told you about a cricket ground in the clouds. What if I told you that India is also home to a national park that floats? Yes, you heard me. FLOATS. Like, it's not sinking, it's not an illusion. It's a whole entire ecosystem just chilling on the surface of a lake. Welcome to Kabul Lamjao National Park in Manipur, the only floating national park in the world. It's located on Loktak Lake, and it's one of the most surreal and magical landscapes you will ever see. It looks like something straight out of the movie Avatar, but I promise you, it's 100% real. So, how does an entire park float? The secret is something called fumdis. These are massive, heterogeneous masses of vegetation, soil, and organic matter at various stages of decomposition. They are basically floating islands of swampy goodness. Some of these fumdis are so thick and large that they form solid ground, creating a whole network of floating ecosystems. You can literally walk on them. The entire park is a mosaic of these green, spongy islands, drifting gently on the blue waters of the lake. But this floating wonderland isn't just a geographical oddity. It's a critical sanctuary. It's the last natural habitat of the critically endangered Sangai deer, also known as the dancing deer. Because as they carefully step from one wobbly fumdi to another, it looks like they're performing a graceful ballet. Seeing a Sangai leap across the floating grasslands is a sight that connects you directly to the delicate, beautiful, and fragile balance of nature. This place is a powerful reminder that nature's imagination is way wilder than ours. Let's switch gears from natural wonders to an ancient man-made mystery that has scientists scratching their heads to this day. We're heading to Delhi, to the Qutub Minar complex. Among all the majestic ruins, there's something that looks almost plain. It's a simple iron pillar. But here's the thing. This pillar is over 1,600 years old, and it hasn't rusted. Let that sink in. How can a piece of iron, exposed to Delhi's monsoon rains, scorching heat, and modern pollution for 16 centuries, still be standing without any significant corrosion? It's an ancient enigma that defies modern science. This pillar was erected by a king named Chandragupta II way back in the 4th century. It's made of 98% wrought iron, a composition that should, by all laws of chemistry, have turned it into a pile of rust flakes centuries ago. Think about it. Your bike chain gets rusty if you leave it in the rain for a week. Your garden tools get corroded in a season. Yet, this pillar has been standing tall, smooth, and largely rust-free for over a millennium and a half. Modern metallurgists have studied it for decades, and while they have theories, no one has definitively cracked the code. One of the leading theories points to the incredible skill of ancient Indian blacksmiths. They believe the pillar was forged through a process called forge welding, where iron pieces were hammered together layer by layer. This process might have created a protective outer layer of mesowite, a compound of iron, oxygen, and hydrogen, which is incredibly resistant to corrosion. In a world where we're constantly struggling with water scarcity and building massive, boring concrete water tanks, what if I told you that 1,000 years ago, people in India were building water-saving structures that were also breathtaking works of art? I'm talking about Rani Ki Vav, or the Queen's Step Well, in Gujarat. This isn't just a well, it's an inverted temple. It's a subterranean palace dedicated to water. And it's so spectacular that it's now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. From the surface, it doesn't look like much, just a long trench in the ground. But as you begin to descend the steps, a whole new world opens up. It's a massive structure, 7 stories deep, lined with thousands of intricate sculptures and carvings. Every wall, every pillar, every niche is covered in art. Let's talk about something sweet, juicy, and absolutely divine. If you had to guess, which country is the undisputed king of mangoes? If you said India, you're 100% correct. You deserve a mango. We're not just the largest producer, we are obsessed with them. For us, it's not just a fruit, it's a cultural phenomenon, a symbol of summer, a source of national pride. We produce over 40% of the world's mangoes, and the sheer variety will blow your mind. Forget the 1 or 2 types at your local supermarket. In India, over 1,500 mango varieties. Okay, quick pop quiz. How many official languages does the European Union have? The answer is 24. That sounds like a lot, right? Now hold that thought. Let's talk about India. How many official languages do you think we have? 5? 10? Try 22 recognized official languages in the 8th schedule. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Beyond those, there are hundreds, literally hundreds, of other languages and thousands of dialects spoken across the country. We're not a country, we're a continent packed into one nation. When you travel across India, the language can change every few hundred kilometers. You start in the north with Hindi, Punjabi, head east Bengali, Assamese, go south, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, and west, Marathi, Gujarati. Our banknotes have the denomination written in 17 different languages. But this diversity is not a barrier, it's our strength. Chapter 7. When you think of ancient martial arts, your mind probably jumps to Kung Fu in China or Karate in Japan, right? But what if I told you that one of the oldest and most scientific martial arts in the world originated in the southern Indian state of Kerala? Prepare to be amazed by Kalaripayattu. It's often called the mother of all martial arts, with a history that is said to stretch back more than 3,000 years. This isn't just fighting. It's a discipline that combines dynamic physical movements with a deep understanding of the human body, medicine, and spirituality. Watching a Kalaripayattu practitioner is like watching poetry in motion. In our world of smartphones and atomic clocks, Telling time is as easy as glancing at a screen. How did people accurately measure time, track the stars, predict eclipses centuries ago, long before telescopes were invented? In India, they built giant stone instruments to do it. Welcome to Jantar Mantar in Jaipur, a collection of 19 colossal instruments built in the early 18th century by Maharaja Jai Singh II. The most impressive is the Samrat Yantra, 27 meters tall. Its shadow moves at a visible pace, about 1 millimeter per second, and it can tell the local time with an accuracy of about 2 seconds. And it's powered by nothing but the sun. In today's world of fast fashion, where a t-shirt costs less than a coffee and is designed to be thrown away in a season, it's easy to forget that textiles were once considered treasures. In India, this tradition is still alive. There are entire villages and towns where handloom weaving is not just a craft. It's a way of life that has been passed down for centuries. For centuries, the weavers of Maheshwar have been creating the famous Maheshwari saris, known for their glossy finish, lightweight, narrow stripes, small checks. The tradition was revived and patronized by the great Maratha queen, Ahilyabai Holkar, in the 18th century. Today, as you walk through the town, you can hear the rhythmic clack-clack of the handlooms coming from almost every home. The weavers, many of whom are women, are not just laborers. They are artisans who pour their skill, patient stories into every piece. Buying a handloom sari from Maheshwar isn't just a transaction. It's an act of supporting a family, preserving a culture, owning a piece of living history. This is just one example. Patola, Gujarat, Kanjivaram, Tamil Nadu, Banarasi, Varanasi. When you think of Indian festivals, what comes to mind? Probably Diwali, the festival of lights, or Holi, the festival of colors. But with a country this diverse, you better believe we have thousands of other festivals that are unique, regional, and sometimes downright bizarre. Let's talk about one striking example, Theyyam in Kerala. The makeup and costumes are elaborate and can take hours to apply with towering headgear and vivid face paint, turning a mortal man into a divine being. They dance, often in a trance-like state, to the hypnotic beat of drums. They bless the devotees, listen to their troubles, and act as a direct channel between the people and the divine. If you ever get the chance to witness a Theyyam performance, remember this is not a show for tourists. The most important visitor tip is to be respectful. Dress modestly, don't use flash photography, and keep a respectful distance. In our modern world, we often look for health solutions in a pill bottle. But what if I told you that some of the most powerful wellness secrets are ancient foods still used in Indian kitchens every single day? What ancient ingredients do you think continue to influence modern health and are just part of our daily diet? For thousands of years, India has been a powerhouse of indigenous medical knowledge through Ayurveda, and this wisdom is alive and well in our food. Let's take one powerful, humble example, turmeric or haldi. Today, it's a global superstar in golden lattes and as a popular health supplement. Got a cut or a scrape as a kid? Your mom or grandma wouldn't reach for a band-aid first. She'd apply a paste of turmeric. Feeling a cold coming on? Drink haldi doodh, warm milk with turmeric and a pinch of black pepper. We even use it in wedding rituals, applying turmeric paste to the bride and groom for a healthy, glowing complexion. This is just one of many examples. There's amla, Indian gooseberry, rich in vitamin C. There's ashwagandha, an adaptogen used to combat stress. There's neem, prized for antibacterial properties. These aren't just health foods, they're part of daily life, a delicious, accessible pharmacy passed down through generations. In India, the line between food and medicine has always been beautifully and wisely blurred. It's a comforting, healing drink that's been a go-to remedy for generations. When you picture India's geography, you probably think of the snowy Himalayas in the north, the tropical beaches in the south, and the bustling plains in between. But India's landscape is full of surprises, with hidden deserts and tiny islands in places you would never expect. Forget the famous Thar Desert in Rajasthan for a second. Have you ever heard of a cold desert? Lies the Spiti Valley, a breathtaking cold desert mountain valley. Here, you'll find some of the oldest and most spectacular Buddhist monasteries in the world, perched precariously on cliffs, like the Key Monastery and the Tabo Monastery. Hidden away from the mainland, in the Bay of Bengal, lies an island that is one of the most isolated and mysterious places on Earth, North Sentinel Island. The Indian government, respecting their wish to be left alone, has declared the entire island and its surrounding waters an exclusion zone. It's illegal to go within 5 nautical miles of it. A one-line travel note? Don't even think about it. From cold deserts to forbidden islands, India's geography is full of secrets. India is a land of 1 billion people, so it's no surprise that we hold a few world records. We have the world's largest statue, the largest postal network, the largest film industry. But beyond those, India is home to some truly quirky records. Get ready. Wait, they did what? The world's largest gathering of people dressed as Mahatma Gandhi. In 2015, in the city of Bengaluru, 4,605 children dressed up as the father of the nation. Bald caps, glasses, white dhotis, walking sticks. They gathered in a field to create an unforgettable image of peace and unity. India also holds records for the longest fingernails, the longest turban, and the largest biryani ever cooked. These records show a playful, creative country that doesn't take itself too seriously. While building the world's biggest statues, we're also making sure we have the most fun doing it. It's a spirit of, why not? That leads to some of the most memorable moments on the planet. An idea, a word, a piece of fabric can travel much farther than a person. India's global cultural footprint is massive, woven into the daily lives of people around the world in ways you might not even realize. It's in the food you eat, the clothes you wear, and even the words you speak. Consider the simple, comfortable pajamas you wear to bed. The word pajama and the concept itself come from India. The word originates from the Hindi pajama, which literally means leg garment. When British colonists came to India, they adopted these comfortable garments and eventually brought the fashion back to Europe in the 19th century. From there, it spread across the Western world and became the global standard for sleepwear. Think about words like shampoo, thug, jungle, bungalow. Think about the global popularity of yoga, the use of paisley patterns in high fashion, or the presence of chicken tikka masala as a national dish in Britain. India's influence isn't always loud or obvious. Often it's a quiet, comfortable, and delicious presence that has made the world just a little bit more Indian. And there you have it. 15 facts that I hope have shown you a side of India mysterious, brilliant, totally unexpected. From floating parks, rust-free pillars, the mother of all martial arts, the world's highest cricket ground, India never, ever stops surprising you. So now I have to ask you, which fact surprised you the most? Dancing deer on the floating islands? The giant stone observatory? Or that your pajamas are actually Indian? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one, and I genuinely want to know what blew your mind. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden wonders of India, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. And speaking of our next adventure, get your taste buds ready, because we're going even deeper into regional India to uncover the most delicious hidden foods that you won't find in any restaurant. It's going to be a culinary journey you won't want to miss.